to blockchain news. As always, we've been out and about looking for what's going on. Akeem, what's your first story?
Yeah, so first up, staying in the UK, seems to be a more of a rise in blockchain news in the UK. So we've got the Associated British Ports, the leading organisation that looks after 25% of all British cargo in the sea, signing an MOU with a leading logistics company who are aiming to improve the connectivity amongst different ports and different locations to improve transportation and save costs, etc., etc. So it's a really good news on the part of the British government.
Good. Over in Switzerland, a consortium of Swiss investors have launched a blockchain incubator with a 100 million goal. Okay, the idea is the Crypto Valley Capital (CVVC) has launched a blockchain incubator called the Genius Hub in Zug, Crypto Valley. Okay, long-term goal is to open doors around about 1,000 blockchain companies a year. In return, CVVC, if you get a mouthful, will give financial support for startups and give them a stake in the business of up to 8% for shareholders or digital tokens. So very innovative from CVVC, moving that blockchain market in Switzerland.
Yeah, absolutely. And up next we have a bit of a quirky one. So RBS, their lead innovation guy has left with 3 of the senior software engineers to form a startup. Now, the reason why I thought this would be interesting because it's been a trend. We've seen a trend of professionals leaving financial banking institutions to build their own startups, which I found quite interesting. So Richard Crooks has left RBS to start Quorum, which will be a competitor of Consensus in a way. So it's quite an interesting trend for companies to keep an eye out on.
Oh, it's very interesting, especially with the news today of NatWest, who are owned by RBS, and their banking problems today. No one get on their bank account today, so tech guys left. Not saying anything, but tech guys left. Okay, but there you go. Talking about US financial giant PNC is using Ripple technology for its international payments. They're ranked around about one of the top 10 banks in the States. They'll be using Ripple.net for processing international payments across the world. So really interesting what's going there. Their chief cartographer, Richard Schwarzer, said the bank's unlikely to deploy the technology because of low scalability. However, they think they're actually going to sort of move forward now on it. So Ripple is really moving their blockchain solutions into the banking market right across the world. So really sort of interesting work going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ripple are doing absolutely amazing work in the financial markets. And lastly, my part, we have the UN Women, the entity that looks after empowerment of women, are going to implement blockchain to be able to facilitate payments or charity offerings to a refugee camp in Jordan, which is quite interesting. That's looking after over 100,000 women and girls in that camp. So,
don't normally do a great deal on crypto, but it was interesting to read this week that a Japanese crypto exchange was hacked for the tune of $59 million. The loss was reported. So it's quite interesting that apparently the hackers, as a result of a security breach, managed to steal 4.5 billion yen from the users' wallets, as well as 2.2 billion yen from assets actually from the company. So a total loss of 6.7 billion yen, which is around about $59 billion. So absolutely interesting to see what's going on in that market. So that's this week's blockchain news. See you next week.
See you guys.